The sun is alive, it's cold on my skin, while the silhouettes gather where you lit them in. I'm a map of the places where the light used to be. Now I'm just a cage for the dark inside of me. I've tried to scrub the edges to wash away the gray, but the ink of your ghost is here to stay. It's not just a memory, it's not just a ghost, it's the part of the wreckage that hurts the most. I'm carrying shadows on my heart, watching the light as it's tearing apart the outlines of us that I can't erase, filling up the vacuum in this empty space. One for the silence, one for the regret, 1,000 little suns that have already set. Yeah, I'm just another song for the shadows on my heart. I can feel them moving when I try to speak, the weight of every word making my spirit weak. You left the door open when you walked out the back. Now the night is leaking into every little crack. I'm tracing the bruises that nobody sees, a forest of winter and skeletal trees. Break the skin, let the black out. I'm tired of the things I can't scream about. The pressure is rising, the fever is real. I've forgotten how it feels to actually feel. I'm carrying shadows on my heart. I'm carrying shadows on my heart, watching the light as it's tearing apart. Yeah, outlines of us that I can't erase, filling up the vacuum in this empty space. One for the silence, one for the regrets, 1,000 little suns that have already set. Yeah, I'm just another soul for the shadows on my heart. It's getting darker. Can you feel it? The shadows, they're all that's left. There's a silhouette living where my ribs should meet, walking through the hollow on silent feet. I've tried to turn the lights on to chase the gray away, but the darkness has a gravity that's forcing me to stay. It's a static in the marrow, a poison in the bone, the most crowded kind of feeling when I'm all alone. just a memory, it's not just a ghost. It's the part of the wreckage that hurts the most. I'm carrying shadows in my chest, a heavy heart that never gets to rest. There are lines of a we that I can't erase, filling up the vacuum in this empty space. One for the silence, one for the regret, 1,000 little sons that have already said, yeah, I'm just a vessel for the shadows in my chest. I can feel them moving when I try to speak. The weight of every word making my spirit weak. You left the door open when you walked out the back. Now the night is leaking in through every little crack. I'm a map of the places where the light used to be. Now I'm just a cage for the dark inside of me. Break the skin, let the black out. I'm tired of the things I can't scream about. The pressure is rising, the fever is real. I've forgotten how it feels to actually feel. To actually feel. I'm carrying shadows in my chest, a heavy heart that never gets to rest. There are lines of a we that I can't erase, filling up the vacuum in this empty space. One for the silence, one for the regret, 1,000 little sons that have already said, yeah, I'm just a vessel for the shadows in my chest. It's getting darker the shadow, they're all that's left. The rhythm is jagged, skipping a beat like footsteps of ghosts on a deserted street. I'm wired to the trauma, I'm synced to the pain. A pulse made of lead and a fever in my vein. It's a thud in the floorboard, the ghost in the chest, a bird made of iron that won't let me rest. It's pulling me under, it's dragging the lake. How much of this vibration can one body take? Listen to the dark heartbeat, drowning out the rhythm of my defeat. It's a heavy machinery, a clock made of glass, counting the seconds that refuse to pass. Blood like ink and the soul like stone, the loudest sound when I'm all alone. Yes, the dark heartbeat. Start to pulse with the pressure of no. I'm chasing the blood where it's too cold to flow. There's a valve that is leak, a wire that's frayed in the engine of us that we never obeyed. Every thump is a reminder of what I couldn't save, a rhythmic internal digging of a grave. It's getting louder, it's getting faster, a symphony of a beautiful disaster. Break the rhythms, let the sound Listen to the dark heartbeat, drumming out the rhythm of my defeat. It's a heavy machinery, a clock made of glass, counting the seconds that refuse to pass. Blood like ink in a soul like stone, the loudest sound when I'm all alone. Yes, dark, dark heartbeat. Stop, stillness, stop, thump, stillness, stillness. The needle's dragging through a shallow grave, the only part of us I managed to save. A circle of black, a spinning eclipse, the taste of the dust on my trembling lips. You're locked in the grooves, a permanent scar, singing from somewhere incredibly far. The pitch is slow and the friction is real. I'm losing the sense of how forever should feel. It's just a cold final goodbye, a song that's forgotten how to cry. Spinning in circles, we're out of the light, washing away in the hiss of the night. Every high note is a crack in the sky, in this frozen cold final goodbye. Nights and days, I try to skip the parts where it hurts, but the memory's buried in the bass and the dirt. The bridge of the song is a bridge that we burn. A million I'm sorry that when I'm returned, now the plastic is warping under the heat of a heart that's forgotten its own remedy. Turn it up till the silence is dead. Turn it up till I'm out of my head. The song is a ghost. The ghost is alive. To the sky, silence reads the light. The song that's forgotten how to cry. Spinning in circles, we're out of the light, A sun that's forgotten how to cry, spinning in circles we're out of the light, washing away in the hills of the night. Every high note is a crack in the sky. In this frozen cold final goodbye. Cold final goodbye. The record is stopping. The static is all that's left. Goodbye. 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 The sun is a bruise on the skyline tonight, bleeding out the last of the chemical light. The air turns to indigo, heavy and vast, a monument built to a future that passed. I'm standing alone where the pavement turns cold, watching the end of a story unfold. The shallows are rising, they're closing the blinds. A choir of whispers is starting to find me. Oh, hear the dusk choir of sadness, singing the anthem of a beautiful madness. A symphony of silence, a harmony of gray, chanting the moments you faded away. Every note is a memory, perfectly clear, the only music I'm allowed to hear at dusk. The sadness finds its voice. She lets his voice hear the golden like the promises we made beneath a perfect sky. I'm searching the faces that move with the crowd for a feeling I lost, though the singing is loud, the harmony's minor, the rhythm is slow. The only tempo my dark heart will know. They say that the night is for dreaming the dream, but the night is a nightmare, it's tearing the seam. I'm falling through silence, I'm chasing the sound of a love that is lost and can never be found. Oh, hear the dusk choir of sadness, singing the anthem of a beautiful madness. A symphony of silence, a harmony of gray, chanting the moments you faded away. Every note is a memory, perfectly clear, the only music I'm allowed dusk choir of sadness, singing the anthem of a beautiful madness. A symphony of silence, a harmony of gray, chanting the moments you faded away. Every note is a memory, perfectly clear, the only music I'm allowed to hear. At dusk the sadness finds its voice. The voices linger, the night is here. Amen. Amen. The hearth is cold, the wood is white with frost. In this winter palace where our names were lost, I'm striking matches against the frozen air, but the sparks just die in the void of your stare. A slow motion blizzard is moving in my veins, turning our forever into iron chains. There's a fever rising, but it's made of blue. I'm burning for a version that isn't you. It's a slow fire, cold heart, watching the light as we're tearing apart. It's a frozen flame that doesn't cast a glow, a chemical burn that the world will never know. One beat for the heat, two for the stone, the coldest kind of fire that I've ever known. It's a slow fire, cold heart. Percussion mimicking the sound of a cooling engine. The piano becomes fragmented with notes panned hard left and right. The smoke is transparent, the ashes are clear. In a room where the silence is all I can hear. You're a statue of marble, I'm a candle of ice, trading our souls at a terrible price. How do I function when the mercury's gone? I'm a king of a kingdom that never sees dawn. Let the frostbite settle. I'm finally at peace with the dark and the cold. The flame is a god. doesn't cast a glow, a chemical burn that the world will never know. One beat for the heat, two for the stone, the coldest kind of fire that I've ever known. It's a slow fire, slow fire, cold heart. The tea has gone cold in a porcelain cup. I'm staring at shadows, I can't look up. The floorboards are grieving, they creak with your name in a house built of glass that's gone up in flames. I'm tracing the outlines of where you once laid, a ghost in the fabric, a debt never paid. The silence is a predator, it's closing the door. I'm drowning in a room that has no more floor. Now I'm just chasing the echoes of a broken heart, collecting the shrapnel and tearing apart. Every I love you is a blade in the hall, writing your epitaph on every wall. I'm screaming your memory, but the air is too thin. The hollow is winning, it's breathing me in. Oh, it's just the echoes, the cold cinematic echoes of us. Your keys on the counter are rusting to gold, a story of us that will never be told. I'm rewriting endings where nobody leaves, but the ink is just salt water staining my sleeves. How do I function when the gravity's gone? I'm a king in a kingdom of permanent die. They promised me time was a healer, a cure, but time is a parasite, hungry and pure. I'm calling your name till the mountains all break, but the silence is all that I'm allowed to take. Yeah, the silence is the only thing I can say. Still chasing the echoes of a broken heart, collecting the shrapnel and tearing apart. Every I love you is a blade in the hall, writing your epitaph on every wall. I'm screaming your memory, but the air is too thin. The hollow is winning, it's breathing me in. Oh, it's just the echoes, the cold cinematic echoes of us. Still chasing the echoes of a broken heart, collecting the shrapnel and tearing apart. Every I love you is a blade in the hall, writing your epitaph on every wall. I'm screaming your memory, but the air is too thin. The hollow is winning, it's breathing me in. Oh, it's just the echoes, the cold and cinematic echoes of us. The shore is a memory I can't quite reach, a broken promise on a blackened beat. I'm wading in deeper, where the salt meets the soul, watching the horizon lose all control. The water is rising, it's cold and it's blue, a liquid collection of the things I gave to you. Spill of the sea, I'm drowning in the version of who we used to be. Now I'm swept up in the tide of tears, drowning out the echoes of the wasted years. It's a heavy current, it's a mournful blue, washing away every trace of you. I'm sinking under the weight of the masterpiece written in the language of pain. Oh, it's the surge, the unending tide of tears. I'm counting the ripples on the surface of us, a kingdom of iron turning back into rust. You're the storm in the distance, I'm the ship in the gale, a beautiful wreckage, a tragic detail. The salt in my lungs is the truth that I breathe. There's no solid ground where the heart starts to heal. Let the flood rise, let it take me. The water is wide, let it break me. I'm letting go of the anchor and the chain. I'm finding my peace in the center of the rain. In the center of the rain. Swept up in the tide of tears, drowning out the echoes of the wasted years. It's a heavy current, it's a mournful blue, washing away every trace of you. I'm sinking under the weight of a masterpiece written in the language of pain. Oh, it's the surge, the unending tide of tears. The unending tide of tears. Only the sound of space, finally free, just the time and the blue. The sound of a radio dial turning through, white noise amidst the fuzz, a rhythm glow and pulse emerges. The stories are just torches and war broken sky, and the wind is a frequency, hollow and dry. I'm tuning the dial just to hear your ghost in the flickering light of the things I love most. The frequency is dropping, the lines are all blurred. I'm a desperate broadcast, I'll never be heard. It's just a heartbeat in static night, a pulse in the darkness, a flicker of light. I'm lost in the feedback, I'm caught in the hum, waiting for a rhythm that'll never quite come. One beat for the memory, two for the pain, drowning in the noise like a digital rain. Just a heartbeat in the static night. Clicking, glit tape beat enters, sounding like a skipping CD or a faulty wire. The piano returns, but it's processed through a crusher effect. The room is a blizzard of black and white grain, a beautiful picture that's driving me insane. I'm touching the screen, but the glass is too cold. The ghost of the story we never quite told. My chest is an engine that's starting to stall as the white noise builds like a great divide wall. Shipwreck signal, a beautiful neglect. Turn the volume up until the speakers start to bleed. Silence is the only thing I no longer need. It's just a heartbeat in static night, a pulse in the darkness, a flicker of light. I'm lost in the feedback, I'm caught in the hum, waiting for a rhythm that'll never quite come. One beat for the memory, two for the pain, drowning in the noise like a digital rain. Just a heartbeat in the static Amused interference, can you feel the disconnect? I'm a shipwreck signal, a beautiful neglect. Turn the volume up until the speakers start to bleed. Silence is the only thing I no longer need. It's just a heartbeat in static night, in the darkness, a flicker of light. I'm lost in the feedback, I'm caught in the hum, waiting for a rhythm that'll never quite come. One beat for the memory, two for the pain, drowning in the noise like a digital rain. Just a heartbeat in the static night. Are you there? Still beating, searching for signal, lost. Would you like to discuss how to use sidechain compression to make the static breathe in? Sync with the heartbeat for a more immersive feel. You said you built a roof that never leaked, but the timber was rotten and the foundation weak. Now I'm standing in the kitchen while the clouds pour in, washing out the places where your touch had been. The wallpaper's peeling like a sun-damaged light. underneath a gray and unforgiving sky. The ink is running on the letter to write. I'm struggling to breathe with this storm in my throat. It's just rain on empty promises, drowning all the ghosts and all the honesties. You gave me a word but it dissolved in the light. Now I'm shivering alone in the center of the night. Every drop is a forever that you didn't mean, leaving me to wither in the spaces between. Oh, it's just the right on every empty promise. A minimal punch, a kick drum with the heavy rain drips. The piano melody becomes more dissonant, using minor second intervals to create tension. I'm collecting the water in the palms of my hands, building little castles out of sinking sands. You promised me a garden, you promised me the spring, but you left me with the winter and a broken wing thing. The storm doesn't care that I'm falling apart, it just keeps rhythm with my dark, quiet heart. It's open, it's got us sorted strings and industrial saturation. Rise sound to the kick drum, making the storm pump with the beat. The flood is coming, let it take me. The truth is humming, let it break me. I'm tired of the umbrellas and the it's okay. I'm letting the promises all wash away. It's just rain on empty promises, drowning all the ghosts and all the honesties. You gave me a word but it dissolved in the light. Now I'm shivering alone in the center of the night. Every drop is a forever that you didn't mean, leaving me to wither in the spaces between. Oh, it's just the right on every empty promise. Fire's out, you lied, just the rain and the silence. The embers are whispering secrets to the floor, in the house where we don't live anymore. I'm watching the edges of our photograph curl in a slow motion wreck of a beautiful world. No sudden explosion, no lightning in the sky, just the agonizing heat of a long drawn out lie. A deep distorted sub-bass begins to pulse like a dying star. The piano notes grow further apart, creating painful gaps of silence. The oxygen is leaving, the room is getting thin. I'm losing the battle where the shadows been beat. It's a slow burn goodbye, watching the light in the memory die. It's the smoke in my lungs and the salt in my eyes. The quietest end to the grandest of lies. We're turning to ash, one spark at a time. A beautiful tragedy, a remake crime. Oh, the quietest end to the grandest of lies. We turn into ash, one spark at a time. A beautiful tragedy, a rhythmic crime. Oh, it's the heat, the slow burn goodbye. It's a slow burn goodbye, watching the light and the memory die. It's the smoke in my lungs and the salt in my eyes, the quietest end to the grandest of lies. We're turning to ash, one spark at a time, a beautiful tragedy, a rhythmic crime. I'm anchored to the floor where your shadow used to be, while the world is spinning forward, light years ahead of me. My bones are made of iron, my blood is made of lead. I'm starving for the oxygen of words we never said. I try to lift my head, but the ceiling's coming down. The ghost of your departure is the heaviest thing in town. Every step is a mountain, every breath is a war. I can't remember what it's like to not be hitting the floor. I'm caught in the gravity of goodbye, a black hole blooming in a violet sky. It's pulling at my spirit, it's crushing every bone, the heaviest silence I have ever known. I'm falling upward into the deep, a promise of forever that I couldn't keep. Oh, it's the weight, the crushing gravity of goodbye. Ticking slower than the light can reach the eye. I'm a satellite in transit, waiting for the fuel to die. You're the center of the orbit, you're the mass I can't escape. A silhouette of sorrow in a terrifying shape. How do people walk so light? How do people fly when the atmosphere is melting in the heat of one last ride? I'm losing my orbit, I'm breaking the seal. I'm finally feeling how much I can't feel. The pressure is perfect, the pressure is mine. I'm crossing the event horizon line. I'm caught in the gravity of goodbye, a black hole blooming in a violet sky. It's pulling at my spirit, it's crushing every bone, the heaviest silence I have ever known. I'm falling upward into the deep, a promise of forever that I couldn't keep. Oh, it's the weight, the crushing gravity of goodbye. steel. I'm finally feeling how much I can feel. The pressure is perfect. The pressure is mine. I'm crossing the horizon line. Caught in the gravity of goodbye, a black hole blooming in a violet sky. It's pulling at my spirit, it's crushing every bone. The heaviest silence I have ever known. Crushing gravity of goodbye. I've built a fortress out of frozen bread, sanctuary quiet as a sudden death. No ripples in the water, no wind in the trees. I'm a statue of salt falling down to my knees. I've mastered the art of the motionless soul, the stillness is heavy, it's starting to bruise. I've got break my quiet heart. My spirit is dragging like a hem in the mud. There's a charcoal gray moving through my blood. I've climbed every mountain of maybe next time, only to find that the summit is a crime. I'm a battery drained in a flickering hall, waiting for the gravity to finally take it all. The size of forever is thin. I'm closing the door where the light should begin. I'm just tired of this love, tired of the sky falling down from above. It's a weight in my pockets, a stone in my shoe, a beautiful poison I'm finally through. Every I love you is a debt I can't pay. I'm throwing the keys to the kingdom away. I'm done, I'm just so tired of this love. The garden is iron, the roses are there, feeding on the ghosts of the things that we said. I've run out of oxygen, I've run out of try, watching the ice in the mirror go dry. I'm the king of a castle that's made out of dust, watching the golden turn into the rouse. Let the fire go out, let the silence be louder than where we begin. I'm dropping the anchor, I'm cutting the line, I'm taking back every second of mine. Every second of mine. I'm just tired of this love, tired of the sky falling down from above. It's a weight in my pockets, a stone in my shoe, a beautiful poison I'm finally through. Every I love you is a debt I can't pay. I'm throwing the keys to the kingdom away. I'm done, I'm just so tired of this love, oh this I'm just tired of this love, tired of the sky falling down from above. It's a weight in my pockets, a stone in my shoe, a beautiful poison I'm finally through. Every I love you is a debt I can't pay. I'm throwing the keys to the kingdom away. I'm done. I'm just so tired of this love. I'm just so tired of this love. sat by the ghost in the room, a ticking machine in a valley of gloom. I'm dancing with shadows in a 4/4 time, while the memory of us is a perfect crime. The floorboards are vibrating under my feet, to the jagged vibration of a love in a retreat. The melody is breaking, the chords are wrong. I'm the only one left who is singing this song. I'm living the heartbreaking rhythm, a cage made of sound, and I'm locked deep as tree love. I'm living the heartbreaking rhythm, a cage made of sound, and I'm locked deep within them. The boom is the ending, the clock is the lie, a symphony written to watch a love die. One beat for the sorrow, one beat for the ghost. The louder the music, the more that I'm lost. So it's a heartbeat, a heartbreaking rhythm. The percussion is sharp like a needle on skin, tattooing the places where you let me in. I'm trying to find where the harmony went, but the air is just hollow and the signal is spent. How do I dance when the gravity's gone? I'm a strobe light flickering into the dawn. Louder, first sight, the bridge is collapsing, the chorus is cold, the story is over, I say it's calm. I'm living the heartbreaking rhythm, a cage made of sound, and I'm locked deep within them. The boom is the ending, the clock is the lie, a symphony written to watch a love die. One beat for the sorrow, one beat for the ghost. The louder the music, the more that I'm lost. So it's a heartbeat, a heartbreaking rhythm. I'm living a heartbreaking rhythm, a cage made of sound, and I'm locked deep within them. The boom is the ending, the clock is the lie, a symphony written to watch a love die. One beat for the sorrow, one beat for the ghost. The louder the music, the more that I'm lost. Oh, it's a heartbeat, a heartbreaking rhythm. The chandelier is swaying on a single thread, watching the ghosts of the things we never said. There's a jagged silver line across the kitchen floor, a map of the exit where you slam the door. I'm picking up the shrapnel with my naked hands, sifting through the ruins of our promised land. Broke my chest is a cathedral with the windows blown out, feeding on the fever and the poison of doubt. You left the lights on just to watch the fire. Now I'm the only one left on the funeral pyre. Let the walls collapse. Drink the bitter salt. The foundation is dust. The ceiling is a lie. I'm finally at peace with the reason why. We broke my heart into a million knives. The sharpest kind of ending to a hollow life. You didn't just leave, you leveled the ground, leaving me to rot in the silence you found. Every piece of me is a blade in the dark, searching for the ghost of a dying spark. Yeah, you didn't just walk, you broke my heart. You broke my heart into a million knives. The shortest kind of ending to our hollow lives. You didn't just leave, you leveled the ground, leaving me to rot in the silence you found. Every piece of me is a blade in the dark, searching for the ghost of a dying spark. Yeah, you didn't just walk, you broke my heart. It's so quiet. Everything's in pieces. Look what you did. Just shards. The sound of a single small glass fragment hitting the floor, followed by absolute silence. The moon is a witness who refuses to speak, watching the salt tracks dry on my cheek. I'm hiding in corners where the shadows are thick. The air is a fever, the silence is sick. I've turned off the lamps to feel less alone in a kingdom of hollow on a splintered throne. The walls are expanding, the floor starts to lean. I'm the loudest heartbreak that's never been seen. I'm just crying in the dark, waiting for a ghost to leave a spark, searching for a hand that isn't there, grasping at the cold and empty air. If a heart breaks where there's no one to hear, does it make a sound? Does it disappear? Oh, I'm just a shadow falling apart, crying in the The midnight is heavy, it's pressing my chest. A sleepless intruder, an unwelcome guest. I try to remember the shape of your smile, but the dark stretches out for 1,000 miles. I'm whispering secrets The echoes are all that ever come back. No one to see the collapse of the sky. No one to catch the I'm sorry why. Just the dark, just the cold, just the truth. I'm too broken to hold. Waiting for a ghost to leave a spark, searching for a hand that isn't there, grasping at the cold and empty air. If a heart breaks where there's no one to hear, does it make a sound? Does it disappear? Oh, I'm just a shadow falling in the park, crying in the dark. The curtains are heavy, they're drinking the light, folding the day into endless night. I'm walking on carpets of unsaid things, where the air is a weight and the memory stings. I'm a moth in a jar, beating soft against glass, watching the shadows of forever pass. The walls are padded with the ghost of your voice. I'm trapped in the quiet, I've got no more choice. Just lost in velvet silence, the softest kind of beautiful violence. It's wrapping around me, a shroud made of lace, erasing the lines in the light of my face. I'm shouting your name, but the fabric is deep. It's a secret that even the shadows can't keep. Oh, it's the quiet, lost velvet silence. Ticking sound enters, but it's muffled as if coming from another room. The piano melody becomes more fragmented and dissonant. The dust motes are dancing in a pillar of gray, in a room where the clocks have all withered away. I'm touching the velvet, I'm feeling the cold, a story of silk that is starting to mold. How do I scream when the atmosphere's plush and every heartbeat is met with a hush? A tear down the velvet, let the noise in. I'm dying in the softness where we used to begin. Give me the thunder, give me the break, anything but this silence I'm forced to take. Now I'm just lost in velvet silence, the softest kind of beautiful violence. It's wrapping around me, a shroud made of lace, erasing the lines and the light of my face. I'm shouting your name, thunder of gold to winter inside me. It's starting to hold. I can feel the temperature dropping in my chest. A sun that is setting, my soul unblessed. The horizon is vanishing, 1 inch at a time, turning my history to a shadow and a crime. It's not just the evening, it's not just the sky, it's the end of the light in the back of my eye. Now there's nightfall in my veins, washing away all the dust that remains. Liquid darkness, a coating black tide, with nowhere for the flicker of a memory to hide. I'm turning to indigo, I'm freezing in place, while the midnight is erasing the shape of your face. So it's the twilight of everything, nightfall in my veins. My pulse is a drum at the end of the world, a flag of surrender that's finally unfurled. I'm tracing the riddles where the blood used to burn, but the heat is a lesson I've had to unlearn. The stars are just glitches in the dark of my skin, a beautiful vacuum where the silence begins. Don't tell me the morning is coming to save me, when the dark is the only thing we ever gave me. Let it sink in, let the black water rise. I'm finally at peace with the dark in my eyes. Dark in my eyes. There's nightfall in my veins, washing away all the dust that remains. Liquid darkness, a cold ink black tide, with nowhere for the flicker of a memory to hide. I'm turning to indigo, I'm freezing in place, while the midnight is erasing the shape of your face. Oh, it's the twilight of everything, nightfall in my veins. The light is gone, it's cold now, finally black. The light is gone, it's cold now, finally black. The street is a river of chemical light, a beautiful distraction on a desolate night. The billboards are screaming slogans of lies, while I'm drowning slow in artificial skies. The rain